Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday, it's the end of a week, start of a new month. It's the 1st of September, we've got some new mods and we've got one update today. The class Roland 66 by Eid123 has had an update. Today is the Day of the Lizard. We've got 5-6 new mods, all lizard. In front of me, we have got the Lizard PZZ6 by ZimowyWojownik, 3.05 megabytes download, 3 slots on console, 2.5 meters wide. I'm just looking down my list. Is there anything here for the 3-meter enthusiast? We've got some below and some just over, but nothing bang on 3. Apologies for that. This is a windrower rake. It's fairly straightforward actually. You'll find it under tools. Under windrowers, just there, 1,350, 18 horsepower required, that's all. We can change the main colour, which changes the framework. Extension colour, changes the discs. And that's it. Slot count comes down to 1. This is one we don't even have to turn it on, just drop it down. And it will do your raking. Pretty straightforward. That's the first on offer. The Lizard PZZ6 by ZimowyWojownik. Next, we have these. This is the Lizard LR30 VK23 by VuleX. 4.33 megabytes download. We've got 2 slots for the 0.3 meter plough. And we've got 3 slots for the 0.5 meter plough. 2 furrow, 3 furrow, very narrow. Actually, as I've just said, 0.3 and 0.5 meters. There's no options on these at all. You'll find them under tools and under ploughs. And the slot count will come down from 2 and 3 down to 1 on each of them. No colour options, choices like that, anything like that. We start this up. We do have the option, as most of the time you do have with ploughs. It will plough. If we allow create fields, we can create our own fields or extend fields we've already got. As you can see. Then what I'm doing, I'm going to take it to a bit, because I've said this before, the fields that I put in for this don't produce stones, whereas this one does. So this should bring up large stones because it's ploughing. Please bring up some large stones. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Just as I was about to give up. There we go. So it'll bring up large stones if you've got field stones activated. That's the Lizard LR30 VK23 by VuleX. Next, we've got this. This is the Lizard FOP61610. This by Valek. So you've got VuleX and Valek. The next 3 are all by Valek. This is 10.69 megabytes download, 9 slots on console, 2.2 meters wide. It's a cultivator. So you'll find it under tools and cultivators. There's no options on this one either. You get it in this red. Slot count will come down from 9 to 1. 2.2 meter wide. Cultivator. I'll attach that. So what I'm going to do is we'll check over a crop to see if it's a shallow cultivator or not. Nope. So it's not a shallow cultivator. It will cultivate, I say normally. Then what I'll do, I'll whiz over to our bit with stones. So this should bring up small stones. Oh, large stones. That's interesting. I was not expecting that. Normally. Oh well, that's what it's bringing up. 2.2 meter wide cultivator. That's the Lizard FOP61610 by Valek. Next, We've got this, as I said, also by Valek. This is the Lizard AT30180. 3.24 megabytes download, 4 slots on console, 1.8 meters wide. This is a power harrow, as is the next one by Valek. Again, no options. You'll find this under tools, under power harrows. No options. Slot count will come down from 4 to 1. We'll hook it up. Lights on the back. Let me see that. There we go. So when you turn it on, it is powered by the PTO. A power harrow. It is shallow cultivating if you're doing over a crop. So if your crop's been harvested, that's what it will do. But again, we'll take it over to ground that does not have a crop in it. So if you were to do this over a ploughed field, there you go, lovely smooth seed bed, which is what the power harrow is for. I do love the fact that in game you can really see the difference between the ploughed section here, and then you've got a cultivated section there, and the power harrow, which is supposed to give that really smooth seed bed, really good to go. Look at that. Very stark contrast on that. So that's the Lizard AT30180 by Valek. Drop that off. Go on to the next one, also by Valek, also a power harrow, the Lizard 210. So the last one was 1.8 meters. This one is a 2 meter. Also 4 slots. No options on this either. Slot count will come down from 4 to 1. This is 4.02 megabytes download. This one we can see a little bit better, everything working. But again, if you're going over a crop that's been harvested, you will get shallow cultivation. And if you're going over a ploughed field or another bit of field that's been cultivated to get that smooth seabed, this should look exactly like the last one did. It's just a little bit wider. There we go. Smooth as a baby's bottom. If it was covered in dirt, which is weird. Nice animations, nicely made. The Lizard AT30180 and the Lizard 210 by Valek. Which brings me on to the last of the mods. And it's a pack of sorts. This is the Lizard NVAM and NVAP, NVAM, NVAP by Holzs FS. 26.96 megabytes download. We've got 8 slots, 8 slots, 8 slots and 7 slots. So we have got 4.8 meter wide. These are disc arrows. So we've got a 4.8 meter wide NVAP. Then the 4.8 meter wide NVAM. Then we've got a 4.1 meter NVAP and a 4.1 meter NVAM. Difference between the two in each one. The NVAP has hydraulics on here. Now, as far as I can tell, and I could be wrong on this, but as far as I can tell, it is for folding predominantly, but I think in the real world this allows you to increase the pressure, the downward force, and the depth, which I think can be done from the various different rams. The difference between the VAP and the VAM is the VAP has got hydraulic rams and the VAM has got springs. So whilst it's got the rams for folding, this is spring loaded, so once it's into position as you're going along, these can spring up and down a little bit. So I don't think you can, I mean, in game it makes no difference. You can't increase the pressure on this. It's just the difference between the real life versions. But again, that detail put into that you've got the rams on that one and you've got the springs on this one on both the 4.8 meters. So this is, yeah. And then we've got the same here, hydraulics and then springs on the they're the 256s, this is the 48s. Slot counts come down to 1s on these. There are some options, but we'll have a look at those. It's just the others didn't have any options, so disc arrows. So if you want to go, and again, like I say, in game it's not going to make any difference. So realistically, 14,400 for the NVAP, 150 horsepower required. For the NVAM, 11,600. So if you want to save yourself a bit of money, they're both 4.8 meters wide. Slot counts both 8, both come down to 1. Options are exactly the same on all 4 of these. And then the same with the NVAP 48. So the 4.1 meter, 12,700 or 9,900. So again, if you want to save yourself a bit of money, you might want to go for the spring version rather than the hydraulic one. Options, like I say, on all 4 of these are exactly the same, so I won't show you on each one. But we've got the wheel setup. We've got M1, M2, M3, M4. Then we've got main colour, does the frame. Design colour does the second section of frame. And then rim colour, you've guessed it, does the rim colour. And that's the same in all of them. We will double check just to make sure, but if we hop in, start it up. So fold. This is how you get it from the store, folded. Nice animation. We'll check the options. I'm pretty sure there's not an option for depth or anything like that. Some seeders and things, you've got various different options for things like that. L1, R1, L1, R1. Nope, as far as I can tell, it's just that. Have I got enough horsepower to run this, actually? Just a thought. Not really. Should have got a bigger tractor. It is pulling it. I've got a bigger one over there actually, which I probably should have used. But as you can see, not a shallow cultivator. You know what I'm going to do? Let me just swap tractors because it makes life a little bit easier. That's better. So runs at 9 miles an hour. There we go. Depending on what horsepower you've got. We'll take it over to the field over here again. Check for stones. The only reason I'm doing this now is because a few people asked, but I say just the way they go to bring up large stones in here as well. Yeah, because on Western Wilds, to set the fields up quicker and easier, there's an option under the painting textures to paint a ploughed field, so it's easier to set those fields up ready for doing testing by doing that. But as soon as you painted them on, you lose the ability to bring stones up when you plough or cultivate or anything like that. So I did this one separately. I ploughed this in the regular manner. So then, because people are saying, well, do the cultivators bring up stones, do they not bring up stones? So as you can see, that one does. Now what I'm going to do is switch over to the spring-loaded version. That's it, we'll do exactly the same thing. So we'll just come down to, it's just the realism side of things. The modder creating or recreating the real world versions of. And then whether you want to save a little bit of money or not. That's folded, unfolded, it does exactly the same thing, fold and unfold. I suppose there's a little bit, maybe a little bit more flexibility in it. Take it over to the field. Check for stones. Drop it down. There we go. So that's the Lizard NVAM NVAP by Holzs FS, and that's it for the mods for Friday the 1st of September. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Have a wonderful weekend. And thanks for watching.